Have you ever felt, I don't know, a little out of sync when January 1st rolls around? Well, today we're going to dig into a feeling that a lot of us have, but maybe don't talk about much. Why you might not care one bit about New Year's resolutions.
I mean, you know the vibe, right? The calendar flips, and there's this huge global wave of energy. It's all about fresh starts, big goals, the gyms are absolutely packed, planners are flying off the shelves, and everyone's talking about becoming a new you. It's a really powerful cultural moment for sure.
But what if you don't feel that surge? What if, while everybody else is lining up at some symbolic starting line, you feel like you're just continuing on? If that whole fresh start effect just kind of washes over you without making a dent, listen, you're not cynical or lazy. You might just be wired a little differently.
And this brings us to our first big idea here, the unmoved mind. This isn't about not caring. It's more like you're running on a completely different internal operating system.
See, this is the fundamental difference. One mindset looks at specific dates, January 1st, a birthday, even a Monday, as a kind of permission slip to make a change. But the other mindset, it doesn't wait for permission. The decision to change is the only trigger it needs, and that can happen at 3 p.m. on a totally random Thursday.
So let's really break down these two approaches. On one side, you've got the resolution maker. They are totally triggered by the calendar. They really need that feeling of a fresh start to get moving. But on the other side, you have the internally motivated person. For them, every single day holds the same potential. The trigger isn't something external. It's a decision that just sparks from within.
So what's actually powering this internal engine? Let's spend a minute unpacking this core concept, internal motivation.
Okay, so what does this actually mean? Well, internal motivation is a drive that you generate yourself. It doesn't need a holiday, it doesn't need a social media trend to get going. It's that voice inside your head that just says, hey, this needs to change, and the part of you that responds, okay, let's start now, without even thinking to check what day of the week it is.
And you gotta understand, this isn't some burst of inspiration that happens once a year. Nope, it's a constant, steady state. It's not looking at the calendar for permission to start something new. For someone with this kind of internal motivation, the idea of waiting for the right time it doesn't really make sense. The right time is simply the moment the decision is made. It's always now.
Now, this whole mindset builds into something even deeper. It's not just about setting goals, it's a fundamentally different way of seeing reality itself. It's about viewing time without chapters.
This quote right here just nails it. A lot of us see our lives like a book, right? With these distinct chapters. My college years, my first job, the 2023 chapter. Each one has a nice clean beginning and end. But that's not the only way to see it.
Here's a really powerful way to think about it. For the internally motivated, life isn't a book at all. It's a river. It doesn't stop and start, it just flows. There are no chapter breaks in a river, right? Just this constant forward momentum. Think about what that really means. If your life is this continuous flow, the whole new year, new me thing feels, well, pretty unnatural. You can't just hop out of a river and expect to land in a totally new one. You're already moving. Any change you decide to make is just a course correction, a little shift in direction within that current that's already flowing.
So what does this all mean for you? Let's take a quick second to reflect on your own motivation. And look, it's really important to get this. Neither of these operating systems is better than the other one. They're just different ways of navigating change.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. When you think about that next big step you want to take, the next habit you want to build, or that project you really want to start, ask yourself this. Is your change waiting for the calendar's permission, or is it just waiting for you?